Hi friends, welcome to Bright Future Hub channel. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more amazing videos in the future. So please like this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.
Functions also we did. Okay, let's try to do some more today. The update statement, the delete statement. What before to that, let's create a small table one more time. Create table as a student. I have a roll number. Roll number is going to be my number type of maximum allow is 4 digits. So then have a name. Name will have a string field of varchar 20 maximum. And then student subject, probably the subject. I'll have subject code 2 of 10. Then his gender, then care of 1. Then joining date, date of joining. I say date. It can have 6 digits total, 2 decimal, 4 digits. So this is the field I will have. Just hold a minute, please. Okay, we'll have this data table created. Okay. Yeah, you created this table, huh? Good. Many people sent me assignments, and I'm not sure whether it is running or not. So, okay, table created. Now, we'll try to understand different way to insert the data into this table. First is all column, all data. That is insert into. This is I'm not selective. I'm just inserting all the data into all the columns. Then you would know in the table. You can specify example roll number 1, student name is Vinay, and then subject is SQL. Okay. Then we'll have it gender as male. This one here date of joining. I can specify the date or I just say sys date. Sys date maintain current date and time. Fee sum, as I said here, it is a 6.4 for whole number, 2 for decimals. So let's say 999.99. This is a very simplest. Here, whatever the columns I have assigned the values to all the columns in the same order in which I have created columns. I have 6 columns, 6 values. I have supplied in the same order. I have not mentioned which column values goes to which column. It is by default, it picks up the first value to the first column, second value to the second column. Third format could be example as such today. I know only the roll number. I have only the name. I have not decided to join the subject, and I have not decided since it doesn't know the subject. I doesn't know the fee also. It's called selective columns where I'm inserting into table student. Okay, values. Values here, as I said, I know only the since I'm going to insert only the few values to the selective columns. So before value, I need to list the columns here I wanted to insert. Example, I know the only value for roll number. Roll number. Then I have a name. I know the name. Subject, I don't know. Gender, yes, I know the gender. Date of joining, yes, I know today is the date of joining. Remaining values I don't know. That's the reason I have not listed here. Okay. Then correspondingly, I need to specify the values, what values I need to give for each of them. Say true here. Okay. Then then I say system. This is another format we can do an insert in the table. First is all columns the same order in which the column are created. Second one is select two columns. These are the 4 select columns. For them, I need to insert 4 these values. So this is the one. Okay. So one more last format is you not necessarily example you wanted to example. This is the order it follows. If you do not mention the order is specified in a table creation, the order of the column will be picked up, or otherwise you need to specify the order in which data values will be supplied. Example, I take the another example, student. Okay, values. Before to that, I need to specify. I can give in any order. Does not when I specify manually, the order can be in any manner. Look at here. I specify here, but correspondingly, you should supply the values. Okay. Then date of joining. And now I have to supply the values in the same order I have listed my columns here. Name I just say Vani. Then gender, roll number is 3. Gender is something female. Then I say date of joining. If you at all you want to put the null values, you have to specify any value null. Okay, let's run these 3 commands. This is the different formats you can insert the data into table. One is all columns, all values. Next is selective columns. Next also selective columns, but in a different order I want to specify. That is. Run this one. Have inserted the missing comma. Let's see where's the missing comma. Values.
Three.
This one. Okay. I run only the last command. Okay, now let's say look at the table how it looks like. This is the data looks like. Please give an attention. This is the way different ways you can insert the data into table. One is by default all column, all values. Selective columns, selective values. This is order does not matter. Only matter is you have to specify the same order the column you are listed here. Okay, these are different ways you can insert the data into table. Okay. Clear? Any questions here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now this is a very simple selection. This is what we do. The other one there is much to do about insert table. That's what I said. DML's update deletes are very, very simpler compared to select. Select is we can have many complexity, but insert update delete is very straightforward. There is nothing much to know about it. If you know this much, this is more than enough. Now, Keshav has decided he will join Python. Okay, now this is the data have been captured. This is insert statement. Now I need to update the rate because he has come back within decision. He'll continue within Python. So I need to update the subject for him and correctively for his fee also I need to change or modify the data. It is already present in the table. For that, I have to use an update statement. Update is change your data followed by your table name. Okay. Then you need to set which column we need to set. Say set subject is equal to the new value you want it to be Python. Okay. Then followed by fee. Yes, fee I'm going to set 5,000. Okay. If you run this one, what will happen? It is going to modify like you are select without a where class. What will happen if you select without a where class? It is going to pick every record from your table. Yes, because I'm not filtering any record. It is picks all the columns. Sorry, all the record from your table. In the same way, if I run this statement, it is going to modify all the records the table then subject is equal to Python and fee is equal to Python. But my intention is to change only the select to a particular record. That record number is name is equal to Keshav or roll number is equal to. I am saying here their name is equal to. Okay, we have to very careful about this update and delete statement. By means any means you forget, select anyway. If you run it, nothing will happen. But when you run update statement without any what to say where class, it is going to change entire your table. You have to very careful. So without, just if you run with where sub update without the where class, it's just like selecting all the records. Same way here. So I'm very particular. I want to modify only particular entity, that is Keshav. I need to modify. That's the reason I have included the in the where class. One row updated. Go and check out what is the modified data looks like. I got the updated for Keshav. Okay, there is a different varied forms of the update. We'll learn them. Let it be here. And this is your insert. And this is your update. Okay, let's also try to modify one is also. One thing. I'm not specified date of birth. Sorry, date of joining. I'm going to set she wanted to learn SQL also. Please let it be where name is equal to 1. See, one more thing here. By here, I just use a capitalize. Look at I put it in 1 in the capitals, lowers. Okay, let's see what will happen. Okay. So, do you think it is going to modify the record? You wanted to, one more please attention. You wanted to update more than one columns. You need to list them separated by comma. Example, date of joining is equal to, I'm going to say here 07 Jan 2021. This is a default format. Date can be specified. Date format is the date, month, and year. Only few people not aware. I think Subhash is not aware. Many people knows this formatting. I believe. Okay. Okay. Do you think now the record will get changed?
No.
Because look at the data in the database. Data in the table is a case sensitive because I have a capital V, but I have everything lower. Let's try to run it and see what will happen. Say no rows updated because it doesn't find any matching record. You also put it in the where class and select. It will not fetch any values, correct? Because it does not find any matching rows to select. Same thing here. It does not find any matching records to update. What should I do? Here, let's see what should I do. So because I have the 1E data, but is in some case, it is not in the normal case. It is in capitals case. Then how do I ensure I select? How do I ensure I suppress the sensitivity of the data and retrieve the data? What should I do here?
Upper.
Set init cap.
Init cap, or I could say here, I can convert everything into lower and I find it. Init cap is also we can use it. But what is the case if it is very unsure about the different versions of the data in the table? Then I convert the first data in the lower up data into a lowercase. I compare into lowercase. So same thing you can use here, lower of the name. Because I have used the lowercase, I'm converting everything into lower. If I'm using uppercase, I would have converted into uppercase. Here, look at here, each column value, the new value we need to set, you can specify, but they should be separated by the comma. Okay. Or the others date format is DDMM 5. This is a default. It recognizes whenever you put that. It recognizes. Now one row updated. Let's go and check out what is there in the table. Yeah, you do see that updated data. Okay. So this is the simplest way of changing the data in the table. See any more examples or any questions here?
At a time, 2 to 3 rows. How should we do?
You can say in class, whatever you select, the same way you should do. Example, wherever Python people or SQL people are there, I'm going to change the fees to something else. Okay, and let's do that. Okay. How do you select multiple rows in the select statement? Example, if I ask you to find the people who is working as a SQL, what you do? You just use that where classes, same thing we should use it, that's all. Where, okay. Or I where say roll number in I instead of using SQL, I go with it, sorry. Where roll number in 1,3s, it will gives me both the rows. Same. See, where class is same. Either what you use in the select statement, we must also use in the update statement to recognize the records you wanted to modify. Here I use it, it is going to pick only those two records. Same thing, if you want to modify more than one record, say update, but you cannot set a different value for each record. You have to set the same value for it. Or what I do is I'll add one more column. Okay. Don't worry about this alter. This is your existing table. How to check the describe student? Describe student is going to describe your table along with the column and the data type. I have 6 columns and this is my data types. Example, I wanted to add one more. Something called discount amount. Alter table. I wanted to add a new column into my table with an additional column called a discount fees. Okay. Alter table student. Okay. Add what is the column name? I say discounts, and I say it is number of again 6,2. Okay. This is how we can. I'm just very simpler. Same alter table. I am going to alter the table, adding the new column. You don't need all those things, but simply I'm just giving the very basics understanding about your. If you have a question tomorrow, sir, I already created a table. I want to add a new one. This is very simpler. This is your alter table. Add columns, or just let me try. A table altered. Now go and describe. You will have a new column called a discounted fee. Discounts. Okay. But what the data will be there? Any guess what the data it will have? Because I just added the new column. It should have nothing. That means all the values in that new column will be of null values. Okay. This is a very simpler way you can add a new column into table. You can add everything. You can add a column, everything you want it to be. So this is the way we can add a new column. Discounts into number. Now I wanted to update. Discount is 10% of fee is an update. Discount. Example, whatever I'm going to update all the records in my table. Discounted fee is 10% of your fee is going to be discount. How do I do it? Say example, I don't use a where class now because I need to modify entire table. I need to modify. Let's say update students. Okay, set discounts is equal to, how do you find 10% is 0.10 into of my fee. That's all. I don't specify the where class because I need to modify entire table or entire records in my table. That's the reason I am not specifying the where class. If you want to specify the where class, I wanted to give only the discount for the SQL. Let's see where do I first I do where subject is equal to SQL. Okay. This is one of the danger thing. To make it always, I prefer this way only because if some reason data is not consistent, the data in the table, either in mixed cases, uppercase, lower cases, to ensure I address all the records in the right manner, I always prefer to use the one of the case, either use the lowercase or uppercase. then I do it. Now these two records will get impacted because where class will only these two records. Let's see what will happen. What is the table student? No students. Okay. Two rows updated. Let's see the data in the table, how it looks. Only, okay. It got only the two records getting updated. So how it happens is how the select statement selects the row by row. Here also the updates run for row by row because I have not used any where class. Where class even the use first is it picks the record it is matching the where class and it's update the runs the update statement for each row by row. Now look at here fee discounts is 10% of your fee. Here it is rounding up. Good part is rounding up to the upper number. It is divided by 10. It is be 9999.99. It is rounding up to 10,000. This is how you can run the now here you see the update is run for multiple records. If you use if you do not use the where class, obviously it is going to run for your entire table. Let's say I don't use the where class, what will happen? Now I have a data also, it is going to overwrite. When you update, it is overwrites the previous data and I do not use the where class. It is going to update entire table with the 10% of the three rows updated. Okay. You see it is updated. Clear? You can ask me what if the case if I by mistakenly done the change, I wanted to revert it. Before to that, let me save this data here. I don't know whether I am able to do it here, but let me try that. Any question about the updates?
Yeah, and Vinay, at a time, 2 to 3 rows, so whole table, how should we do?
You are doing at a time two rows, yes, here.
No, in new records.
New records?
2 new records I have to update, no? What is the syntax in the update statement?
The where class should pick those two
No,
records.
no,
There is
no, no.
no
2 new records where they're not in the table. Not a, oh,
insert,
sorry,
you mean?
that's inserting. Okay, okay, sorry.
Mm.
Sorry.
Yeah, there is an insert all, but yeah, we don't use it. Insert all. Okay. I not even remember that syntax. Insert all into a, let me do it. Insert all, there is a command. Insert all. Okay. Insert all statement. You can do multiple inserts using one select. Okay. Insert all into. Okay. So good. We could ask this question. I wanted to insert instead of writing these many insert at a time. I can write one insert statement. Let's see. Insert all. Okay. Into students. Okay. Student values. I use the other one. This one. Okay. I use and okay. I use here insert into say roll number 4 sheet. Okay, yeah, I just use this one. Then next one, yeah, instead of writing another insert, I just specify all in one go. I have multiple rows to insert at a time. Okay, so this one I want to insert another one. Yeah, I am inserting at a time 4 rows at a time, but I do not, I use only one insert statement. Okay, now I have 5, 6, 7. Okay. Yeah, you can do that easily. just change this one. Yeah. One more is left. Who left from the okay? Shiv, Keshav, Nivedita. Who has left in the class? I was having 8 people earlier. Mohan, Dikshit is not there. Okay. Don't mind about the spell mistakes. Okay. So let's see this. This is where from. I need to say from 2L. Okay. I just check the syntax. Select start from dual. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you why it is select start from dual. Insert into select star from dual. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if it works. So not values. Okay. Why it is giving error? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Any guess what is happening? It was worked. The select statement worked earlier. Now it is not working. Any reason? Any guess?
Because it's going to the student table.
Yeah, student table only. This insert statement worked earlier. Now it is not working. After the insert statement, you remember I added another column, discounts. Discount for that I'm not supplying the value. That's why it's saying not enough values because I have a 7 columns now, not the 6 columns. Okay, because I just added the new table column, the new new column. That new column values I'm not specifying here. That's the reason it's saying you have 7 columns, but you're supplying 6 values. It says not enough values. Either I have 2 options. Either I need to list the columns here, or I need to supply the values. I just put null as such now. Okay, or you can specify the value also. I say here 600. I say here. So, okay. Now I run it. 4 rows inserted. This is another simplest way of inserting multiple rows with the one statement. Okay, select all, insert all, sorry. Okay. Then now it's a very simplest form. You can mix it here. You can mix, select whatever the way you wanted to, you can mix and run it. You would have given the list of values also, columns. Should also use that column listing also. But here is your insert statement, but you are using the multiple inserts in one select. One more I have, this is very important. Let me see. I'll explain. This is your insert all. Okay. There is one more way you can create or insert the records. Example, I have a student table. Yes. I want to keep this table backed up. Like I wanted to have a copy of my table so that even any changes I do it later on, I need to refer it. This backup table we usually create in the production because I need to preserve the state of the table before I make any changes. I wanted to save the state of the table. So I'm creating the backup of the table. Backup of the table is just a replica of all the columns, all the data at the current stage. That can be done easily. And like create table, you know the syntaxes. Create table, followed by you need to give your column values, column list and all. Instead of that, you can also do it here, create table as select. That's all. But you need to give the name, student, say back. This is how we can create another backup table. This is the simplest way of to create a table from other table. So I'm creating a new table called student backup from the existing table called student is it from the select start from the student. How it will work is first it will fetch all the data from the select statement. So based on this select statement, the new record will have the column, all 7 records from your this table. You wanted only the people, let's do it multiple ways. We'll see, understand. Now I'm creating the backup table called student backup. It is going to have a table created. Let's see what is there in the student backup table. It has new table is created with exactly the replica of your student table, because I used all these table called select star from the student. You, if at all you wanted to remove the table from your database, you don't want the table to be there, you wanted to remove. For that, we have a statement called drop table. This is where you are going to drop the table. You have drop means remove the table. You have the statement is drop table. Table name is specified. Table will be get dropped. Okay. Now I go and run this table. What will happen? Select star from student underscore backup. It says table or view does not exist because I just dropped the table. Okay, now I am going to recreate the table with having some where class example here. Select star. Instead of here, I want to create a backup table where subject is equal to SQL. I use new other one per of subject. Now what will happen? The table will be created with only it will have the records meeting this criteria. SQL. Okay, let's run it and see. The table student backup will be created based on the, this is only the records will be put into a table because subject is equal to SQL. Earlier, I have not used the where class. It was going to create all the data from the table. And thing is, whenever you use this is called CTAS. This is very famous word called create table as select. CTAS. This is some if you ask in the database interview question, they will ask what is the CTAS. This is called create a table as select. It's called CTAS. They'll ask in interview if your database developer was what is the CTAS. So CTAS is about create table as select. You have to can be as selectable. So now selection is I'm making the selection only of particular record set. Okay, let's create this table and see what will happen. Now go and check out what is there in the student table. It will have the record table will definitely create all the columns, and you can select here. It is here. What are the columns you select? This is another way of creating a table. You can also do it again. I drop it quickly. One more example. I show it then. Okay, now what I do is I drop this table. Example, you don't want all the columns. Same thing you could do it here. I'm going to drop the table. I recreate this create table as select. This is your selective column. Selector create table select. Here instead of a star, you whatever the columns you need, you can only list those columns. You can add a new table, roll number, name, subject. You need only 3 columns and records meeting this criteria. Same thing, the table will be created just out of this result set. Okay, that's all. It's called C task. You can create a new table based on the select statement. Clear about this? Any question? I'll put it at the last. You practice at the end. This one is usually do not need it for you guys until unless you go for the database development. These things don't need, but still for your practicing, you want to do quickly create tables from the existing tables, you can use this option for your practice. Okay, so clear now how to insert the multiple records in one single statement.
Yeah, Vinay, thank you.
So update also we understood. Update is just like only thing is we have to very careful about the where class. If you missed a where class, the whole table data get updated. You have to very careful. Okay. Just a minute. I'll show. Okay, now I going to have the student. Last one I teach about the delete, how to reput the existing records. Okay, I wanted to remove the fee or students where I am no more going to teach Python example. Okay, I wanted to remove the records where subject is equal to Python. Same thing here. We would use the delete from select delete. Like same thing. We need to use a query delete from student where we need to specify the where class. Otherwise, the whole data will be get deleted. This is again very dangerous thing. So I'm saying delete from the student where say subject. I say lower of subject is equal to Python. So again, I'm using the where class. Whatever the where class matches, only that particular record will be get deleted from the table. Now it says Python is no more. Just a minute, I wanted to try something. Okay, I don't know whether it works in this statement process. Otherwise, I need to locally have the lab. Okay, it is automated. Okay. The thing is, by mistake, you did that. It is not enabled to roll back. There are two things I need to teach you, something called commit and rollback. Commit is save the data permanently into database, and rollback is example by mistake. By mistake, I run this statement. Now, before that, let me have this one delete statement. Okay. This is very simple. Nothing. Only instead of select, you are using the delete command. And where class, you have to very careful. You have to use the where class. What will happen if you run this command? Delete from student without having a where class. What will happen? It is going to delete entire data from your table. Gone. Yeah. So what I do is go to that. What I'll show it. What will happen? I ensure that I'll create a backup table. Okay. What I drop table student underscore back. Okay. I just create the backup table before I delete it. Let's see how to create a dash. Show that create a table. This is what happens in the real time situation. Before they are unsure about the transaction, what is going to happen, whether I successfully manage my transaction. Transaction means changes. People are very unsure about their change, what they're going to do. They don't take any chances. What they do, they usually create the backup tables so that they can retrieve or restore back if at some point, or they can have a refer it what are the previous state of data when I'm making a change. That is why they do keep a lot of temp tables or the backup tables in the production databases. At least they have a state of data, current state of data at some point to refer. By mistakes, I drop the table or I delete the entire table, or by mistake, I update the data wrongly, then I have some table to refer and put the data back. A table, as I say here, as select star from student. I have ensure I have backup table is created. I do have all the data. Now, look at here what will happen when I say delete from student table. Now it has around 6 records. By mistake, I was forget to update append. Okay. By mistake, I forgot to have the where class. What will happen now? There are 7 records. I run this command, delete command. 7 rows deleted, gone. All the data is gone. There is no more records in the table. You realize you made a mistake of missing the delete with an where class. So there was an option to roll back, but it is not allowed to give it in cloud because it is auto committed database. Means you need not to save commit. Commit is your save, rollback is a revert. Why I believe it is not supporting here in cloud. I will show it in my, I had to log into a different laptop where I have local installed Oracle database. You have an option to call rollback. Rollback will rolls back your previous transaction, but here it says statement process, but it is not, what is it, reverting the changes because it's already saved. This databases are called auto save, auto commit. There is a feature called auto commit would have been enabled. That's the reason it is not allowing you to revert it. I will show in the next class or whenever I have connect to that particular laptop. There is a two option called commit and rollback. You can Google it and see what is commit and rollback. So this is applies permanent changes to applies changes to database. It is revert means reverts changes from. This is our delete statement. But again, I'm cautioning again, you have to very careful in both update and delete statement. Your where class is must, otherwise you are going to lose entire data from your table. We have to very careful about the usage of update and delete. So any questions here? It's very simple. That's what I'm not stressing it much. It's very simple compared to the select statement. You do many things. When it comes to DML operations, there is limited scope to learn because it is very straightforward commands and you can do it easily. Quick recap, see how we have done it.
Vinay, I have a question, Vinay. This both commit and rollback, they are both for the immediate DML transactions.
No, it is a session. I want to show that is unable to. There is a session concept.
Okay. Yeah.
So it is not immediate. There will be a point, save point.
For the session. Okay.
Save points, we call them save points. I need to tell database from where to where you need to commit, where to where you need to roll back.
Okay.
So save points like a bookmarks. I need to create a bookmarks. I need to tell Oracle or database from here to here you roll back, from here to here you can commit. So these two we don't need. That's why I'm very light on this.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll show it. This database cloud we are working is auto commit. It means automatically saving all the changes permanently into database. So I'm not able to all the transactions. We'll learn in the next whenever I connect.
Oh, sure.
So what please practice this one. This is as last class and this class. Yeah, it is not very important from the data analyst or a data science perspective. Again, it is very important to know also this concept. Otherwise, you're not able to talk to the database developer because when you work with any database, usually we need to work with a database developer to understand what is the schema definition looks like, what are the tables, columns looks like. Otherwise, you will not able to manage your SQL commands. Okay, so make sure that you don't have knowledge about it. I'm explaining this concept, but don't give ignorance about it. Just as part of your learning, please learn them. Okay, this is today I covered your most of DML operations. Select, insert, update, and delete. Okay. So, and CTAS is another way you can create your backup tables and play around with your securing the tables. Okay, tomorrow what I'm trying to do is there is an set operations. I'll go with that. Then sets tomorrow. It is again very important. You can manage just like a mathematical set operations we have. I'll do a set operations today. Then again I'll revisit the joins. Then again I'll going to revisit the group by classes. Then I'm going to do analytical functions. Okay, there is so many things to still learn, but yeah, this is I'm concluding here today. I know I'm short class today, but it's fine today. We'll practice this one. Come back tomorrow. I'll start with and again I'll revisit joins. So this is how your looks like your sessions looks like. Sets is very important. We have to learn sets. Then I want to teach about the joins one more time. Then we have subsequals, subqueries. Again, I am going to revisit the aggregates one more time. Aggregate. Then yeah, this could be set operation, joins, subqueries, aggregates. followed by we have a big topic that is analytical functions. This is where ultimate way of writing the SQL is analytical functions. So each could take around 2 hours, means I need another 10 hours, 12 hours, 10 minimum. On top of it, we have window functions. Okay, so we learn this together. Another 2 means is I need at least 12 hours to cover good SQL. Okay, please practice. Let's see. We'll meet tomorrow same time.